What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of The Long Dark. So I managed to dig around actually on one of my network computers, and I dug up a backup of the save. I was trying to think of a solution for like all weekend, and I found it. We're good. We're solid. I'm still kind of curious what was on the floor though. I figure I should probably Google it, but at the same time I'm kind of lazy. Let's cook some bear meat. That's how we're gonna start today off. Let's cook. We've got gamey bear meat. I love it when meals are like a game. That's the best way for a meal to be. Let's go ahead and we're going to cook up some of this bear meat so that we have food for the future, because food has been sort of a running problem in the storyline mode. Like, wow, it takes a long-ass time to cook bear meat. Bear meat must... Ooh, I got fresh bear meat, too. Damn, this is going to be so rad. I've never had bear meat, but I assume it probably tastes like ass. Most predators don't make meat that tastes good. I don't know if people know about that, but, like, if you shoot a puma and you eat that puma is probably not going to taste super amazing. It's kind of the same way with, like, coyotes and stuff like that. Like, anything that predates on something else, is that the word? Carnivates? Anything that preys on something else is, in general, also raccoons taste terrible. If you've never had raccoon before, you're not missing out on anything. I've had raccoon before. Raccoon is downright awful. It's a terrible animal. Don't eat a raccoon. Just don't eat them. They don't taste good. They taste like the garbage can that they've been inhabiting for the last 3 or 4. How long does a raccoon live for? What's a raccoon's lifespan? I always think of them as being like the eternal guardians of the city. They're just like everywhere. They hang out in the sewer pipes. You can see them, like, you know, the little sewer grates on the side of the street where there's like that little, I don't know, that rectangular hole. They always hang out in there, especially like in the spring when they have their kits or whatever. And so like they'll be inside of there, and then they'll be like, and they look out of the hole, and there'll be like 1,000 little glowing eyes looking out of the hole at you. It's kind of creepy at the same time, but like kind of adorable too. I don't know, man. Ooh, we got all kinds of bear meat. Yup. Good. I mean, we're a little bit overweight, but I don't think it's going to matter. So what we need to do for right now is we are supposed to be over... Did I bring my gun with me? All right, I got my gun. Did I bring my bedroll? My bedroll. Cool. As long as I got my gun and my bedroll, life is good and can't nothing bad happen to me. Let's head on back to the road, and I'm sure today's going to turn out... We've got to go... So in the previous episode, he had told us that he wants us to take a message to... the neighboring map. I'm assuming this is actually probably the last objective for the storyline mode. It kind of seems like it's moving towards there, and then I guess we'll get the episode 3 or episode 4 next time. I don't know. So here's the thing that confuses me a little bit about the release schedule for The Long Dark. I don't know if we're getting episode 3 and episode 4 as like expansions to the first game, or are they going to make like a Long Dark 2 and then we're going to get that? I'm a little bit... I have no idea how this release is happening, so if you ask me, I'll probably give you some vague answer like, I don't know. It works. It got me through high school. You gotta do what you gotta do. I am going to begin my walk over towards the dam because we are super deep and far away, and we kind of need to get there. So I'm just gonna go for it. Hopefully I don't get turned around, but I'm sure it'll be good. So as we're coming up over the mountain, I am approached with a singular problem. The issue as it stands right now is, unfortunately, we don't have the energy to make it out to the dam today. I wanted to make it out to the dam, but I think we're going to have to... This game is all about coming up with backup plans and just being like, well, that's not going to work. And then kind of finding something to tide you over in between. I think that just over the road here, or just over this little bluff, we should have... I think access to the railroad tracks. So yeah, there it is. I popped out almost exactly where I thought it was going to pop out. It's weird how innately the more you play this game, the more you're able to just like... I don't even pay attention half the time when I walk anymore because I've got this map, Mystery Lake, so memorized that I can basically come out wherever I want. We're going to sleep inside the railroad car for today, I think. It'd probably be a smart idea. Like, we could try to make it to the dam, but I'm, like, really positive that, unfortunately, we're going to run out of energy and it's going to turn into a longer walk than I wanted to put up with. So, a decent idea might be just to kind of set up the bedroll over here and eat ourselves, like, a quick dinner. We've got shelter at this moment. If this ends up being, like, a horrible, fatal decision that does not work out well, I suppose I'll apologize for that. But at the end of the day... I don't think we're going to make it all the way out to... So I've got those gauntlets right there. Okay. So let's come up with ways that we can diminish some of our carrying weight. I mean, I've got a lot of mittens and random stuff inside of here. I think if I get rid of some of the clothing, that'll get our weight down a little bit further. I'm wearing a balaclava, and then I've got a busted-ass toque. I should probably take that toque and swap it for that one right there. Okay. That's all nice and done, and so now that that's been swapped, that one's too busted to be of use to me. We will... Do I have 2 pairs of socks on? I do have 2 pairs of socks on. Hooray! Hooray for me and my ability to layer socks properly while walking around in the middle of the snow. I'm the best. We are awesome. Alright. That leaves us with... I don't think I'm going to need that much disinfectant. It seems really unlikely to me that we're even remotely going to need disinfectant. But sometimes things come up. I carry it around with me for the same reason I carry it around in Cataclysm DDA. You never know. Sometimes you end up needing a whole bunch of disinfectant, and there's just nothing you can do about it. With our energy levels this low, there are little projects I could work on, like making a fire or whatever. But I think I'm probably just going to wait until morning. I don't see this being a tremendous issue. So, let's pass a couple hours and just kind of sit here. I've always felt like your energy should come back slightly from passing time. At least with diminishing returns until you, like, have to sleep. I thought that was a wolf coming around the outside of there. I got scared for a second. I was like, I don't want to get wolfed today. But then, like, the little sane voice inside of my head was like, dude, you can't get wolfed when you're inside of a trailer. But I was like, but what if he's particularly good at wolfing? What if he's got more skill points in wolfing than we thought he had? That's all that I'm saying, and that might actually... This situation right here might be... It's a little cold. Is it almost morning? Oh, we made it almost till morning. I think we'll be alright. Let me drink up some of this water, and we will eat some food, and hopefully that'll get our weight down to like a suitable level. We're getting closer, and so... We're going to be barely encumbered by the time we get out of this thing, but we'll probably still be encumbered. So there we go. All good to go. Give me another couple hours of sleep, and we're just going to hope that the weather turns around okay and I don't end up hypothermic. This was probably not an amazing place for me to spend my time. But, how cold is it outside right now? How's that looking? How freezing is it? It feels like -9, even with all of our crazy gear and whatnot. And that gives me a +3 because it's kind of busted. Alright. Well, let me pick this up. Our energy levels are good. We're probably going to end up hypothermic. But this does put us in a reasonably decent situation to make our move for the dam. And we're going to be inside for a while. And so I figure hypothermia should fix itself once we're inside of there. I'm not going to stress too much. I get the feeling we're kind of near the end of the episode. So onwards to the dam we go. Let's see if we can match this thing on out and see what's going on at the dam. Now, we do have a downside here. There's a wolf on this side. I think I may have to deal with him. I have a firearm, so dealing with him shouldn't be so bad. The downside here is that I'm carrying around a backpack full of meat. Your character does have a smell radius in this and in survival mode, where animals can smell you if you're carrying around raw meat with you. It's particularly pungent for bears. And, of course, the wind's going to be going in the direction. How is the wind always in the direction that I need to travel? Every single time, man. Every time when I play this game, the wind is in the direction that I need to travel. Always. Without fail. It's never like to the side of me. It's never behind me. It's always in front of me. 100% of the time. Good lord. This is my life now. Well, if anything changes with this wolf over here, I'll let you know. But it seems like our relationship has come to a bit of a standstill right now. So hopefully we won't have to waste any resources getting rid of him. I feel like the game has a gear to grind with me. Now the wind is to my side. It's been like, see, I can do it. You say I never do it, but I do it now. You say I never do it, but I do it now. Oh, well, wind. You had your chance. You had your chance, wind, for my love. You had your chance, and you failed it. We are continuing to plug on towards the dam. Let's see if we can get ourselves inside. It appears to me as though we have one final challenger over here. There is a wolf, and he is guarding the bridge because it seems he's gotten a deer while he's over here. I may have to shoot him. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to get pretty close to him, so I don't know. I'm going to flare gun him because, frankly, I don't have any of the resources I need to carry around more random wolf detritus anyways. He should turn around and get kind of upset in just a minute, but as long as I'm on a rock, I don't think he'll bother me. Making a fire is also something that I think we should probably work towards. Not because we're cold, but actually because I need to boil off more water. The cold is kind of a low priority right now because we're coming up on the end here, and I don't think it's going to be that difficult. We do have a lot of pallets and things. I could probably harvest off some pallets inside. There's some planks right there, too. I mean, the entire story mode map is full of just about everything but food, in all fairness. You should never want for anything aside from, like, food. Then again, I didn't really give fishing a chance in this playthrough either. Just because I feel I don't use fishing in survival more much either, because I find that I kind of feel like fishing trivializes the game It makes you, like, it's so easy to get so much fish. It really sincerely is. Especially if you've been taking your time to cure gut that you've gotten from animals and whatnot. It's not that hard. I'm going to break this down with my hatchet. That'll give us a chance to get some warmth back, too. We've got to kill time until morning anyways, and so there's not really going to be a whole lot we can accomplish over here until we get to that point anyways. And so there it is. We got to boil off some water. Our hypothermia is all done and good to go. Let's swoop back on outside. I am going to place a fire right here. This is actually one of my favorite places to put a fire. And there it is. Do I have an accelerant? Hell yeah, I got accelerant, bro. Do I have any, like, good matches? Yeah, use the good matches. I hate it when I fail to light a fire with accelerant, dude. You know how sad that is? Like, just, I want you to rationalize this through. You know how... I don't think you're not gonna get made fun of on the camping trip if you can't light a fire and you've got gasoline-soaked wood and matches. If you've got gasoline-soaked wood and matches and you can't light a fire, I'm pretty sure all the other dudes at the camp out are going to make fun of you. It seems very, very likely. You might not get, like, we're not going to go in deep and make fun of you. You know what I mean? But you're definitely going to get razzed for, like, the next tour. That's a terrible word. I don't like using that word. That's like a word your grandparents used, like, back in the, like, 50s when they were, like, 30 to be like, and they gave me a little bit of a razzing now. Gave me a little bit of a razzing. That radio show that we saw the other night was pretty engaging. I could almost see the characters in my head, even though they all talk like this, and they all kind of sound the same. It's like trying to tell male characters apart in a 1950s radio show. It's just like they all sound the same to me. How do you tell which one is which? I don't know. We all talk like this. Am I hungry? Yay, I am. It looks like I tango hombre right now. Yay. So there it is. We've eaten a little bit more food, but we've got enough food to last us like 2 days, so it's really not that big of a deal. Now, we've just got to chillax and wait for nightfall. Pretty much it. I'm gonna wait for nightfall, passing time next to a fire. It's gonna eat up some of our calories, but not that bad. Should be okay. That's why I wanted to make water, though, is that I was pretty sure we weren't gonna have enough water to make this whole thing work. And now, we sort of just have to hope that there's an aurora tonight. I don't know if it triggers automatically when you're here or what we have to worry about there, but either way, we got like 36 minutes left. I suppose I could break down a pallet real fast. It's going to take an hour and a half, good lord, to break down a pallet? In what universe is it going to take a man an hour and a half to break down a pallet? That seems incredibly unlikely to me. Like, I'd say breaking down a pallet will take you like 15 minutes tops. I don't know. I've worked in a warehouse, though. You got to do what you got to do. I should have some embers over here. Yep. Throw those in there to keep that going for a little while. And then, how's my energy level looking? Energy level's okay. Maybe catch, like, a little nap just in case we got to do any climbing in this portion, I guess. Like, yeah, go ahead and sleep for a couple of hours. We'll try and wake up in just a minute and see if the wolves are in absolute psycho mode. And if they are, hopefully they don't chew on us and nibble our little toesies while we sleep. It is not an aurora tonight from what I can tell. I'm actually just going to leave this out here. Do I have any light sources? I do. I has a lantern. I'm just going to wait hour by hour to see if an aurora hits. Well, so far so bad. There's no aurora. I've waited almost till the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, I look for lights up in the sky. Still nothing. I mean, we're warm enough, so we might as well just keep on going. I don't know what time auroras typically happen at, but we are going to need to get ourselves some food if this keeps up. I should probably sleep for the remainder of the night. I'm going to go ahead and break this down real quick, even though I'm going to become quite thirsty during this entire engagement. Then, I've got lamp oil. I probably don't want to use my lamp oil on this. Do I have anything else I can light this with? I don't know, a fire striker, huh? Wish I had a fire striker, but I guess that I don't. And I don't really have enough lamp oil to effectively mediate that. So you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to pick this up. We're going to go inside and we'll sleep indoors for right now. I guess I'll just wait till an aurora happens. I don't really know. On the plus side, when an aurora happens, our batteries should be good on our flashlight, as I recall. Let me light a match. Boom, we got our match right there. And while I've got the light from the match, we'll go ahead and drop that on the floor, drink up some water, And I guess we'll hope that tomorrow there's an aurora. Yay, 41 calories. It makes me feel so good. 41 calories, I knew you would. And there's another 250 right there. That'll do it. That'll hold us down. And so we've made it all the way over to the dam. But it looks like we're playing the waiting game right now. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep in. Might as well. Might as well. That was a nice little sleep in right there. So I slept almost always. You know what? I did one of those. You ever have one of those days where you basically just sleep all day? Man, I love those days. Those days are the best. Why do we ever have to wake up? You know what I mean? I suppose that's called death, and most people try to avoid that. But you get my point. We are going to need further dinner if we're going to last this thing out. That's the biggest part that I think is going to become an issue. And so we've got a deer carcass over here. I'm not sure that I trust that meat. This meat, however, is nice and booty fresh. So there it is. Booty fresh meat straight off the ass of a wolf. Ain't nothing tender like the booty meat. It's the best meat. It's a treat. Alright. I think we've pretty much hit everything over here. I don't think we've gone to the neighboring zone just yet. Oh, there's another wolf over there too. Did I loot this area? I suppose we could look around. You don't want to do that, man. I just murdered your friend. You realize that, right? He's like, I didn't like that guy. My cousin's an asshole. You can kill him all day long and won't save you from me. I'm like, fair enough. Family politics can be terrifying. Family politics. Family politics are too confusing. Politics are too confusing. Politics. There we go. A little bit more wood. We've only used up a tiny bit of our energy level right there, and for now we've just got to wait this thing out and see if maybe... Well, you only have to carry it onto the steps over there, man, so I've got good news for you. Very good news for you. You don't have to carry it much further. Don't have to carry it much further. My campfire's still over here. I think it's probably a decent idea to spend at least a little bit of time trying to get this lit. It's a 50-50. It's probably going to take us a minute. Dude, something bit me on my hand, and I swear to God, dude, my entire hand is swole up right now. I don't know what bit me. It was last night while I was sleeping. I woke up today, and, like, the entire half of my left hand
That didn't work.
is... Oh, man, it didn't? All right, we'll keep trying. The entire, like, half of my left hand is just swole up like it got punched all day long. I don't know. Whatever bit me must have been a hell of a bug. I'm assuming it must have been a spider, because I never seen a mosquito bite get that big and nasty. Either way, I've been keeping an eye on it. I figure I'll go to the ER if it gets any nastier. But like, it's weird because I know the spot where I got bit. You can tell by looking at it. I got bit like on my pinky, like in between my pinky and my ring finger, and that entire part of my hand swelled up. But every now and again, the joints itch really bad too. That's something that I'm not particularly used to. So maybe I should go to the doctor. But I hate going to the doctor. I don't like going to the doctor. I avoid it at all costs. There we go. That's a big old blazing inferno that we've got in front of us. Now we wait. Well, damn. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten lucky and gotten an aurora yet. It's been a couple of days of just waiting for an aurora, and I ain't seen it yet. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop off right here because I don't want to bore you guys with me just talking in circles and nothing really happening. Instead, what we'll try to do is I'm just going to wait and see... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to wait and see until an aurora happens, and then we'll start the next episode, I guess. I was kind of hoping this would be a triggered event so that when you go to the dam the next time, there's always an aurora. But it looks like it's going to take us a little bit until we see those northern lights that allow us to get something done. So without further ado, my name is Splattercat. Glad to be back with the Long Dark. Glad we were able to recover the save and make everything happen. It's looking pretty good to me right now. I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in, and hi do, everybody. See y'all next time.
Too heavy.